Hi, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about a project I've done that I guess I'm just kind of calling it a sparkly stack. So it's a fall sparkly stack of, I have a little, it was a soap dish that I painted with to look like bronze, really the dark oiled bronze look that we really like that. So, and then I just sort of started stacking ornaments and other various sparkly, shiny, fall colored things on top of it. Some pine cones, a few interesting things I found, some keys, and hopefully you'll enjoy. Thanks. So the first thing I did was I took this metal soap dish that we had. We tried this out. It was had a ceramic interior to put the soap in, but you know, it turns out that a metal soap dish is really sort of not good in the shower, so it just started rusting right away, and I thought, well, I'll use it for something. And this seemed like the really good thing to do. So what I did was I wanted to paint it, and I like a sort of a oil bronze finish. So what I have found before is if you mix, previously I tried, so what I'd mix is black acrylic paint, gold metallic paint. As you can see, I have the Rust-Oleum metallic paints, and this time I decided to try a little copper too to give it more of the bronze color. So I mixed those all together. I look at it a little bit, and it's not quite metallic enough, and I can't really see it there anyway, but so I added a little more gold into it. And again, mixed it up really well, and then it came out just sparkly enough to look like that oiled bronze color, I think. So you can see a little shimmer in the light there. And as I'm painting, you can kind of see how it's not black anymore. It's definitely a dark bronzy-ish color. So then really I just painted the whole thing, interior and exterior. I just did one coat. It probably could have used two might have been good in case it gets bonked around, but I am going to try to be really careful with this once it's done. So hopefully that won't be a problem, but I can always touch it back up later if I need to. So once that was done, I just wanted to let that dry, obviously, for a while. And then we came to the first really fun part, which is picking what I wanted to make the stack out of. I got a couple of really fall-colored Christmas ornaments at a yard sale. They were purple and gold and champagne and brown and dark red. And I pulled out a few of those, and now I'm going through and picking a few things. I decided the purple wasn't going to go. I think I just want the browns and the dark red and the gold colors. And I got these small brown and orange ornaments. And I like the way the browns look. I think that's going to go well. But the orange, not so much for this project. So then I also, these different shaped ones came in the same set that I got from the yard sale, so I thought the dark red one from there would be nice. And I have this little fruity thing and couple of old-fashioned brooch jewelry type things. And we have some acorns, really nicely realistic looking acorns I got on Amazon. And a box of miscellaneous pine cones and seed pods and those little decorative twig balls. So I picked out a few of those that I might like to try as I'm building to see what happens. We'll save the giant seed pod for some other time. This I think is potpourri because it definitely has sort of a vanilla-y scent to it. The little seed pods look just like pumpkins, and they're red and orange and brown, so I got those together. And now I'm going to start just hot gluing all of these things. And pretty much I'll do the biggest things in the bottom to make it look, so we can get a little bit of a pyramid shape. I didn't do anything too crazy with the stacking. I just picked something that felt like the right thing to go next. And I have to say, I love the little disco ball cup shaped ornaments, especially for a project like this, but just in general, they're pretty cool. And I also like the sparkly ones, but I also wanted to, along with the sparkly, I wanted to have some just really fall looking, which is why I got the seed pods and the little decorative ball made out of, I guess it's twigs of some sort. And then I'm just trying to be careful to make sure that everything stays in place. The hot glue sets up enough for me to do the next part. And some of the ornaments, these little ornaments came with they have the regular ornament tops, but they also came with little gold strings on them. So I guess you could, I wanted to take those off. And once I got most of the bigger shapes in there, I started trying to fill in with some of the smaller shapes. I mean, I painted the whole of the soap dish, but so you can't, you're not going to look through and see a big gap, but I still wanted it to make it look really full. This, I'm not even sure what to call this. It's a little styrofoam thing, but it's colored with fall colors. It might have fallen out of some cornucopia sometime. And I've had it around for years and years. I mean, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years. It's been a long time, but this is the perfect project for it. We'll pop in a few acorns. I guess a couple, maybe just one acorn. And then a couple of the seed pods. And I'm removing some of the little glues. I know every time you hot glue, you get little things that look like spider webs. And this brooch I bought when I married my husband 7 years ago. We had a pretty small wedding and I made my own bouquet. So one of the things I did was I bought a bunch of old, we did a steampunk wedding. We were dressed up with, corset and top hat, and I made a very steampunky bouquet, and I used a lot of these brooches, but I did not need all of the ones I ended up getting, so I had a couple left over, and that one I thought would go really nicely with this fall sparkly theme. And then because it's a steampunk vibe in our house, we have wanted to add a couple keys, because they also look very fall-like, because they're I think Rich was out at a festival that had, and he bought an enormous pile of old keys for $10, I think it was. I mean, there's probably 200 or 300 keys on it, so it was pretty nice deal. So again, cleaning off some of the extra hot glue pieces, and I think it looks pretty nice. And then I'm just making sure that everything is set and nothing is moving. I'm shaking it around a little bit. And here is a list of materials if you're interested in doing something like this for yourself.